About positive results so far. And it brings me to my next question. You've already spoken about a few solutions. We have a problem. We need money to get liquid fuel. We do not have that money. My question will be, how do we raise the money, or how do we get the fuel in a way that it is sustainable, so that we don't in the coming months come back to this conversation again, that we are indebted to people and they're demanding their money. If we don't pay, there's a risk of a load shedding.
Thank you very much. I mean, you are spot on, and that's what all of us should be discussing as a country. But of course, the Minister of Energy has to lead that process. And like I said,
Honorable Jinapo there, Energy Minister, giving us some insights into what the headlines are alluding to. Some 2.5 days left, or 2.5 days worth of fuel left. Well, hopefully we get some more clarity as the days and weeks progress. What is our doom source situation? It's Friday. The weekend is here. You've been counting down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And finally, you get the chance to kick your feet up. Not sure what you have planned for the weekend ahead, but I hope it involves a lot of rest, a lot of good food, maybe some family time. Do connect with us on our socials. We're on X, on Facebook, also on Instagram. The hashtag we're using this morning, it is hashtag 3FM Sunrise. Very shortly, we'll get into the news review. We have the papers here, hot, hot, hot. We'll get into the headlines and take a look at the details. But do get comfortable. It's a good day to have a good day, and you're tuned into the best breakfast show in all of the universe. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
3FM 92.7, Urban Lifestyle Radio Station. Sunrise on 3FM.
Is on the forefront, but they're in the background making some sweet, 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 sweet music. Let me say good morning and a very warm welcome to one Sixtus Don Ullo. Six Juice.
Thank God it's Friday.
Ziggy Oh, fine. I'm in
Thank God it's
Sixtus, what's your level of gun? Tell your thing.
Ofane Ogbodu.
Hey. Easy. Adoma says easy. One Michael Ogbodu looking very good in this color. I think this color is it's a salmon pink.
Is that what?
Salmon pink.
Never debate with
you know how
woman.
we say salmon? The British will say salmon. You don't pronounce the L.
You mean salmon?
Yes, salmon.
Salmon.
Yes, but the British would say salmon.
So he said it's what? Salmon pink.
It's giving salmon pink.
I won't argue with you.
Please don't.
What does that mean?
The color.
Because I am not sure either.
Is the fish pink?
Yes, salmon here pink.
The flesh. Well, you know,
The
actually,
flesh.
what we call salmon here isn't salmon.
But it's just as pink.
Yeah, but the salmon we have here is more
white.
than. Okay, what we call salmon here.
No wonder.
It's not.
I must have
What is
walked
it?
into an establishment that imports their fish.
Yeah.
So I strolled in. Typically, my dad and I will go right by the sea where the fishermen are to get the fish. But I
Wait for
thought,
your own.
yes, I thought, oh, these days, yeah, the prices, sometimes when you enter these shops, you'll be intimidated, but the price is cool. For a kilo of salmon, the very pink one, this is actually bring 795 Ghana cedis. Adoma has all the ad-libs. She say, easy. Let's take it easy. So I told the lady. Then I asked for the price of different things. Tilapia, they were quoting some heavy as a lady.
Is this Ghana?
Ghana.
Where?
In Laboni.
Hey.
Years. I think that should have informed my decision. But I thought fish, they're aqua. They can't overflex me like that. Aqua. I can afford it. I couldn't.
Remember that Laboni is LA bones.
LA bone.
Yeah.
I told the lady, Madam, Madam, next time I may buy, now me bank manager about why now I know shit too much for me. So next time you are in an intimidating area, just advise yourself. I should have done the same. Just quickly did a U-turn. I left with no fish. I just went next door. I bought a drink, so they knew at least I had 20 cedis in my pocket and I wasn't completely broke. Gentlemen,
Today is Friday. Yeah. And yes, in Tunipa for Friday. I just had to put that out there.
I've never heard that one before. I didn't know Tunipa for Friday.
Because Yenti.
The
advice can wait till Monday.
Let's get into our news review this morning. Sixtus, what is perplexing you so?
I don't want to read it. So we'll talk about it.
On the back end. Surely. Michael, Ogbodu, what do you have for us?
It's one of the new ones that has come in.
The Informer, doom looms as Minister cries over inadequate fuel. Energy Minister John Jinapo. NCC faces operational challenges, calls for sustainable funding and urgent infrastructure updates. Payroll fraud, OSP secures conviction against 6. Deepens interagency collaboration. But before that, I think this morning I heard a story from the National Service Secretary, the boss, saying that they were restraining themselves from publishing the list of people who were on the payroll illegally. Oh, boss, who sent you to be an angel of protection for illegality? Anyway,
no, it may be a bit complicated than that. So.
Somebody has committed a crime. You know their names, and you are telling me that you are constraining yourself from publishing their names. How?
Did he say why they are restraining themselves?
He didn't. But my point is that what could be the justifiable reason why you are?
Why? You know, in the original ghost name scandal, that story that came out, some of the names were not real. Others too, you are sitting your somewhere, somebody is using your name to do something.
Okay.
So if we publish your name and your picture, you are the wrong person.
I see.
So that's what I'm saying, maybe a bit more complicated.
I think in this instance, maybe Michael is saying that these are people who have been caught. So, wow.
But everybody has been caught. All of them have been caught.
So why aren't you publishing
I'm just saying that the situation may not be as simple as... That's why I'm asking you what reason he gave.
My point is that whatever the case, the culprits are most likely to be majority. So why are you shielding them anyway?
No. In any case, if there's an investigation and if there's to be an investigation and a prosecution, it's not the NSS that would do that. It would then come from the appropriate investigative authority.
He said...
And once you go through that process, then you know that these are the culprits. Then you can decide, maybe as part of the punitive measures, to publish their names.
Well, maybe we could take a listen to the
reason
report.
Why when we go to court, as court reporters, there's one basic principle that we abide by. You don't publish the faces of suspected offenders. It's because the person is still going through a certain process. At the end of the day, the court may discharge the person, acquit and discharge the person, but you won't go back to take off the pictures that you have published of the person. You won't go back to... So a lot of the time, even from the police, you see that they blur faces when they put out information and all of that. So I'm just saying, there may be more to it than he was able to let out.
Which is a fair argument. However, there's also the dynamic where he indicated that 2 staff have been compromised. They've been picked up over the issue. And they've admitted to the crime. So basically it means that through those people, you can know who the fraudulent names in the list are. Is that not enough basis?
No. We hear there are over 2,000, right? So even the staff who have been caught, it's not possible that they know all the 2,000 people. As for them, they are just working with a list. They could bring your name, Helen Appiah-Ampofo, Michael Ogbodu, then they will input your names into the system. But you are minding your business somewhere. You are media general doing your job. Somebody has used your name to collect. So if they come and publish your name and your picture, Is that fair to you?
Well, in this case, one of the issues that he raised was the fact that there were people who are actually government of staff, okay, or public servants, who had also enrolled on national service and were taking monies, and they have the names of these people. Clearly, in this case, you are complicit. That's what he's saying, that they restrain themselves from publishing it. I think maybe for context, it will help to listen to.
If I find it, I'll definitely.
It was in the news this morning.
So there should be more reason to it than just saying, oh, we are restraining ourselves.
Well, you hear it from the horse's mouth, but let me continue.
Surely.
So, Interior Minister warns public over attacks on firefighters. Ghana grabs major investment deal during Foreign Minister's landmark UAE visit. That sounds interesting. Let me see what the details are. Ghana has secured significant investment commitments from the United Arab Emirates, UAE, following a high-level diplomatic mission led by Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. During a two-day working visit to the Gulf state, Mr. Ablakwa held strategic meetings with senior UAE government officials and influential business leaders, resulting in firm pledges from Emirati companies to invest in Ghana's key economic sectors. Mr. Ablakwa was welcomed by Sheikh Abdul bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs. That sounds interesting. We'll see how all of this pans out, because now, above all else, we need all that investment to get the economy running. Sixtus.
We have Elvis Darko's news center here. The front page says marginalized Boku women given hope, and comes with the picture of the Queen Mother Sakina Mumuni restoring lost livelihoods. Also, does Ghana truly need a national career? That's a question on the front page, and its stories on page 5. Comes with a picture of Joyce Bauer Moktari. Doomsaw, just 2.6 days of fuel left for thermal plants. Jinapor sector minister is being pictured here. And a story that is not ending anytime soon. Fresh Supreme Court suit hits CJ's removal process. Picture of my lady smiling and with a serious-looking President of the Republic, pictured side by side. Republic Bank honored for boosting Ashanti region's economy. And that is what we have on the front page. And on the back page, you have no ban on over-the-counter dollar withdrawals. Michael, I think you mentioned this yesterday. You said there were steps to ban it. Well, Jesus, okay, you take a
so just to clarify that yesterday there was an interview where the day before actually, a member of the board of the BOG,
Honorable
Adongo had indicated that there were plans to ban the over-the-counter receipt of dollars. However, the BOG in the statements yesterday clarified that no such directive has been instituted. So just
plan and directive are not the same.
Well,
if the board is still considering it, maybe the Honorable Adongo was too quick to speak.
Maybe he got ahead of himself.
Maybe.
Whatever the case is, the BOG has clarified that is not in place.
And it is never happening?
It's too early to call.
And also, can it be in place? I have my dollar accounts. I have a relationship with the bank. Mine is they keep my money.
Yeah.
I go and I take my money. What would government be standing on to prohibit me if I'm an exporter, for example, and I deal in foreign currency, in dollars?
I'm not sure such a policy, even if it kicks in, will affect the businesses.
Okay, so for
because if a business account will be a business account, but for those of us who have our personal, for lack of a better expression, savings accounts, and then you go there, maybe you are putting your $1, $2, your $800 inside, then you go every now and then, go and withdraw $800 every now and then. You go. I'm sure if there's even such a policy, that is what the target would be.
But on what basis would you make that? I don't understand. What would they be standing on to make such a policy?
Well, maybe
that is the question we need to ask.
It will be part of, I'm guessing, just to control the flow of forex in the country. That could also be an argument. But
how much flow would such accounts have?
The other, you see, that's why you remember when in my reaction to that directive, I stated that the problem really isn't the structured banking sector. It's the informal. It's the black market. So
That
maybe
agreeable.
there's some effort in there, but the bottom line really is the black market. That's what the attention should go towards, and not even these ones that are somewhat traceable. So I don't know.
Because the formal banking system, you can easily trace and track.
Exactly.
And you can control even withdrawals. So if Michael has a dollar account with one of the banks that he walks in every now and then casually to
Maybe there's a
withdraw
capping on the monthly
on
or
the amount
yes.
that you could
But to
pull out.
prohibit
And
me,
all
I
of
wouldn't
that. Yeah.
understand what leg
Okay.
government would be standing on.
So that is okay. Withdrawals from FCA and FEA accounts still permitted. Okay. I thought they were answering the question that we are struggling to answer. Okay, and then still on the banking sector, Florence Ade Ohene appointed second deputy MD of CBG. You know CBG?
Indeed.
It is the one that they collapsed 6 banks, right? Or 5 banks into.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Inquisitor newspaper, I have a copy here, redefining objectivity, 6 persons convicted as OSP Sraj collaborate to fight graft. Say Sraj. Say
Sraj.
so me too, that's one the thing I struggle with. Sraj. Opinion, Ato, you are doing magic. I guess this is with the CD and its issues. GRA discounts, SML claims, swag at 50, planning and nomination committees formed. If you're a member of SWAG, please pay attention to this story that is carried on the Inquisitor newspaper. SWAG is the Sports Writers Association. Yes, this is, maybe I have to refer this one to Oreku and
Bill.
Okay. So that is what I have.
All right, let me take you to the New Publisher newspaper. May 14 to May 13, OSP awaits Ofori Atta. Would he return or become a fugitive of justice again on June 2nd? You know that there are some timelines with which
this paper is concerned.
the OSP...
We have forgotten. You have come to remind us that
maybe
the
you
time
have
has come.
forgotten. You have forgotten, trust me. Some people have been counting down for June. Recall when COVID came and we say by June, dear, ... I've seen those posts. So the countdown really is on. Some 2 weeks to go until we find out whether or not our former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, will avail himself to be fully investigated by the OSP and other relevant security investigative bodies. Now, 6 convicted in GES payroll scandal. Over 106,000 Ghana cedis recovered. And then you have the Center for Citizenship, Constitutional and Electoral System, Census. They've run to the Supreme Court to stop the committee probing the CJ. Sixtus, did that committee start its work yesterday? Or was it today?
No, yesterday. It was supposed to have started yesterday.
Yesterday, okay. Maxi wins Best Car Dealer Award in the Ashanti region. I'll come to this story concerning the census running to the Supreme Court. But before that, I also have the Ghanaian Point. They say they're accurate, firm, and reliable. National security arrests 6 foreign nationals for illegal gold trading. 3 to be deported, 3 to face legal action under the new gold board law. I wish we'd have some clarity or some consistency in terms of what we do with foreign nationals who are caught in illegality. For example, as far as Galamsey is concerned, you have the president indicating that foreign nationals will be deported. Now, with the gold smuggling, 3 are set to be deported, 3 are going to be detained and tried, we're told, in Ghana. What is accounting for the lack of consistency, and can we get some clarity?
I think the administration has communicated its position on this already.
What did they say?
Remember, they said if you are a foreigner and you are caught up in this galamsey issue, you'll be deported. And it sparked this whole conversation about why convict, why prosecute. Why prosecute the national?
Yes.
And then
allow the foreigner. But I'm saying that in the gold smuggling,
scot-free.
Some are being deported and some foreign nationals are actually not deported. They will be tried here. And I'm asking, what is accounting for that lack of consistency?
Then we have to get into the details.
I've been pondering over it, also reading it, but there's no, of course, they focused on the issue at hand. They haven't gone into the tangentials about why some are deported. So I'm hoping that we get that clarity. If you are caught in Galams, yes, if you're caught in Galams, they say go. But if it's gold smuggling, they say no, stay. What is the reason for that? But let me get into that story quickly and then we'll run through the rest of the headlines. The Ghana Gold Board, in collaboration with National Security, has arrested 6 foreign nationals, all Indians, for engaging in illegal gold trading activities and separate operations in the Ashanti region and Enyinem in the eastern region. The arrests form part of the first wave of enforcement under the newly enacted Ghana Gold Board Act 2025, which strictly bars foreigners from participating in Ghana's...
The man took a breather from the tour. You know, it was announced that he was withdrawing temporarily to attend to some other pressing matters. That is national chairman. Then we know that Kennedy Ejapong
pulled out. That was amply communicated.
This is after his little back and forth with Abronye DC.
Abronye DC, yes, we know that he pulled out. But we also know that Alhaji went on to continue thanking people.
But the thank you tour didn't reach Accra.
Oh, how?
Or they started here?
We can't be everywhere at the same time. We need to start from somewhere.
No, but they were going to go to all 16 regions to say thank you. Although, as they progress, I didn't hear any thank you. I heard we did this, we did this, we did this. May 14 to May 30. That was captured. Yeah, I'm only asking. Those of you who came to jump on my neck, I don't know what I've even done to you this morning. Now, there's growing anxiety over whether ex-Minister for Finance Ken Ofori-Atta would return to Ghana May 14 and May 30, 2025 to show up in person at the office of the special prosecutor, or he would remain outside the country at the risk of being officially declared a fugitive of justice by June 2nd. What is certain beyond doubt is that the special prosecutor, Kisi Ejabing, would stick to his publicly declared intention and caution that if Ken Ofori-Atta's presence is mandatorily required, he should be there on June 2nd, or else he shall immediately be relisted as a wanted person and declared a fugitive from justice. Michael, how keen are you on the return of former finance minister? Are you now firmly fixed on other issues? Are you no longer concerned about getting answers or getting some closure from our former finance minister? It's a name that sparks a lot of emotion in Ghana, especially for those who think about DDEP and its related matters. Those people might be quite keen to see him return, but from where you sit,
I honestly don't know how I feel about it at the moment. However, well, he said he's not on the run, so I'm sure he's also making plans to return based on his word. So let's see how things pan out and when he finally comes in. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
All right, but we await the return. It's premature
of course,
suggest that he'll do anything but return. So we look out for that as well.
For me, I wouldn't want anything to take our attention off the trajectory where the economy is going right now. From that's top on the list for me.
Right,
and that's what I would want to get premium attention.
I see. Recovering funds, if possible, would add on to that trajectory as well.
That's true. And it's also another means of achieving that, of course. But I am saying that I think that as much as possible, the attention should be on driving the economy to where it should be to make the general populace comfortable. That's top priority for me. If this would help achieve that, Why not?
A way in which I think it could help achieve that agenda is that we talk about stronger deterrence. So as we are on a path of seeming recovery, we've been told to be cautious. So that's why I'm using my words carefully. That officials who are in charge of our fiscal space also know that we will countenance no kind of corruption, any kind of mismanagement, etc. I think that could also support that trajectory if we get the right deterrence in place.
And for me, I think that that's one good thing, this good signal this government appears to be sending, especially with the Sami Gyamfi example. And that's why I was pleased with the fact that at least there was some level of caution and or action taken on that issue. And whoever you are, you know that you have to cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure that you don't get yourself in any mess whatsoever, because there will be
you
sanctions.
are pleased. The NPP has petitioned Honorable Mumuni. He's petitioned OSP Shrat. They say this matter cannot go to bed.
To do okay, well,
they want to find out the source of the dollars.
So we'll go check in the source of every dollar that we see. Anyway, I wouldn't want to go into all of that, but for me, I think that first of all, knowing that the government acted on somebody's personal discretion on something that was private because of the uproar that came out from it, I think that's commendable.
You say it sends the right signals.
It does, and that is what we want. And I'm hoping that they'll be consistent with it, especially after they've launched their code of conduct. It tells you that, well, they mean business. Some will say it's early days. I may agree also with them. However, we are watching them closely, and we're going to ensure that, Masa, the standards don't drop. And it is what it is. And this is what it would take to whip up that investor confidence that we are looking for, and to make sure that the political class delivers on their mandates. And we'll be happy with that.
Sixtus, let me take you to the Supreme Court. Now, the Center for Citizenship, Constitutional and Electoral System, Census, a Ghanaian company limited by guarantee, LBG, has filed a writ at the Supreme Court seeking an order to stop the 5-member committee appointed by the president from carrying out its probe into some 3 petitions against the Chief Justice, and for the warrant issued to suspend the Chief Justice to be struck out. Are you surprised we're still seeing petitions to kind of derail or stop this process from happening? Should we accept that it's ongoing and it will be concluded? At this point, it's full steam ahead.
Yes, I think we should just let the process flow. The attempted injunction application, well, not the application was not attempted, it went through, but the injunction that was sought in that application did not go through, and I'm sure that is why we are seeing this. Yesterday, one of the persons behind Census, sent me a copy of the process that had been filed at the Supreme Court.
Right.
And I'm trying to get specifically what the reliefs they are asking for are. They ultimately are asking for a revocation of the suspension. And if they succeed, that would mean that the Supreme Court would quash the executive action, which is based on the Constitution anyways, and then return the CJ, her ladyship, back into office. And that is relief 6. It's asking for an order striking down the warrant for suspension issued by the president, dated 22nd April 2025, to suspend the Chief Justice, her ladyship Justice Gechutaraba Isaba Saki Tokuno, as being arbitrary, capricious, unconstitutional, and therefore void and of no effect. The words are carefully chosen, as being arbitrary, capricious, unconstitutional, and therefore void. Now, the conversation has been on about how discretionary power and authority should be exercised. That even though you are given the discretion by the Constitution to act either one way or the other, you must still be guided. That your action, the exercise of that discretion should not be seen to be capricious. It should not be seen to be whimsical. It should be fair. It should be transparent, and it should promote fairness and transparency. So this particular relief seemed to be sitting on that constitutional provision. Now there's another one that is asking for a declaration that upon a true and proper interpretation of Articles 146, 23 and 296, the warrant for suspension issued by the President to suspend the Chief Justice violates the directions of the Constitution in the provisions that I have just mentioned, that her right to fair trial and equal treatment under Articles 17 and 19, 13, the right to administrative justice under Article 23 and Article 293, and the constitutional protection of the independence of the judiciary. Again, this is another one that we've seen run through, and the last statement that came from the Ghana Bar Association, which sparked public uproar, also built itself upon the same foundation, that the independence of the judiciary must be protected, that there were some administrative rights or opportunities that were not availed or were not properly exercised. And so these are 6 reliefs, and they're also asking for other reliefs that the court may deem fit. We'll see how the court will look at this.
Absolutely.
Filed against the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu is set to begin its hearings tomorrow, Thursday, May 15. The committee chaired by Supreme Court Judge Gabriel Praman was constituted in accordance with Article 1466 of the Constitution, following consultation with the Council of State and a determination of a prima facie case against the Chief Justice. The committee, which will sit in camera, is scheduled to convene 3 times each week and will submit its recommendations to the President upon the conclusion of its work. And just to remind you, coming up on the screen are members of the committee. We have the chairman being Justice Gabriel Praman, members being Justice Samuel Isiedu, Mr. Daniel Yaudomelevu, Major Flora Dalugo, and Professor James Jisa, all members of the committee.
All right, so that was on Wednesday. So that means the committee started its work yesterday, and I can only imagine whatever the outcome is, I'm sure Ghanaians will have a lot to say following the work of the committee on whether or not the CJ is to stay or is to go. Anything else catching our attention, gentlemen, for the next 5-6 minutes, and then after that we'll open up the phone lines. A lot of the stories revolving around the foreign nationals who have been arrested for gold smuggling. We've gotten into that. We've talked a little bit about the return of Ken Oforiatta. The OSP is waiting eagerly. We've also talked a little bit about SML. Yesterday we got into that. GRA refuting the claims of expanding SML's mandate. Dollar gifts, Sami Jemfi pardon that one. I'm sure Sixtus is happy to see the back of. He says we were spending productive hours almost jumping into the realm of absurdity. We've hopefully put maybe a cork on this one, but we'll see what happens. I'm told when the NPP went to petition the various institutions, they didn't meet the relevant heads. So, but I'm sure their petitions made their way. We'll see what also happens in that regard. Mahama applauds Finance Minister and Bank of Ghana Governor for driving economy. That's on 3news.com. Do check out 3news.com. Sixtus.
A few comments.
This is Jamila too.
Hey, good morning to you, Jamila too.
It's Jamila too. Jamila too. Juma Mubarak to you too.
She says,
it's a Ghana here. You people call mackerel salmon.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Nero.
Okay.
And I think what we also call sardines actually, isn't it?
Oh, I think
So
those
Ghana,
are...
do we get anything correct at all?
As far as I know, the sardines we have are sardines. What are tin sardines? You mean?
Yes.
There are sardines everywhere. They're the same sardines, nah.
Well, the one someone brought me some from the UK and it was different.
Unless it was in some kind of different oil, maybe it looked a bit lighter.
Yes, it was more whitish.
Maybe more whitish, but I've seen also their variants, which, ours has been in the sun. It's been boiling, kakra. The water is hot, so that's why ours is like that. But again, this one is...
So Lawrence is helping us with information. Lawrence under our stream says those to be deported were arrested before the enactment of the Gold Board law.
Yes.
And those to be tried were arrested after.
So I read that. So it's in page 3. So that's why I said it's a timeline issue, but also I think we can get some better particulars. We can get some better particulars.
When the administration made that pronouncement, we had a discussion, and in fact, some of us thought that once a law has been broken, a law has been broken. But that really, to be fair, was in specific reference to the Galamsey fight. If we have laws that prohibit illegal mining and you find yourself entangled, then the law should deal with you.
Indeed.
But to say that we are deporting you, then it's almost as if we are
saying that you can come, you only...
Don't be caught.
Because even you are caught, we'll pay for you to go home.
To go back. We'll give you free
like Aisha
to go back, like Aisha one.
Where's Aisha
so
one?
I'm very sure that...
I think she wasn't she?
Is she in Zone?
That's a good question.
Aisha one.
Anyway,
Gentlemen.
Before we go,
yes.
There were some comments that I wanted to... But a special shout out to Kojo Asempa Furniture Works. I think one Furniture Works, Idum Kumasi. Anytime I'm in Kumasi, I'll come and look for you and see your furniture. Kojo Asempa Furnitures. And anyways...
He's in Kumasi?
Kumasi, yeah.
Oh, he'll be happy to hear that a notorious Kumasi-based arm robber has been jailed 120 years. So the furniture store is
one person.
One person.
But how many crimes?
It's on 3news.com.
They're notorious today.
Wow.
And the police are celebrating the conviction.
He's 36 years old.
Hey.
He's there. He's
120.
He's called Dominic.
But the other accounts
even if they gave him...
They say life imprisonment.
But what's the difference?
Or the person is... There's hope.
Hope that you pass. See, even if you give him half of the 120...
Even if he committed the crime at 6 months old, there's no way. He's 36.
But you know his lifespan.
And even if you have...
how many years God has blessed him.
The average lifespan of a very healthy Ghanaian, I don't even want to disclose it so that you feel sad this morning, let alone...
No. Even if you give him half, 60. By the time you come out, he'll be over 90 years. Anyway, so there's this other comment. Fogbe James says... Fogbe, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Good morning, my Helen. You are looking nice this morning. Yeah, she says she's not going home straight today.
James, good morning to you.
I'll plug our phone line.
I like the way she froze.
Let's put the comment into
In
perspective.
fact, six Jews, your mic is off. Unfortunately, we have the women. Hey, come back in. The phone lines are already blinking. Let me hear you.
I was going to say something for you.
Say something for me.
He said, "My Helen."
Yes.
She's not your Helen. There's a beloved song.
Hey, your microphone is off. 0559 242 717. Alternatively, you can reach us on 0556 910 154. Apologies. I'll take some 5-6 calls. I'll make way for the sports team. Helen Appiah-Ampofo is in the building. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Who's speaking, please?
My name is Daniel Ashisu, calling from Amamole.
How is Amamole this morning?
We are doing good.
All right.
Yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Let's hear you, please.
Please say hi to Johnny for me.
I will most certainly do so.
I miss him. This morning, let me make it short. Let me take this opportunity to greet Mame Fwasi Chedu, CEO for Tourism and Arts Center.
92.7.
All I want to say is I am pleading with my fellow youth in Ghana to take advantage of John Dramani Mahama, the opportunities he's putting in life. Something like the apprenticeship. If you're a youth out there and you want to learn a skill, just register. This apprenticeship program is better, is the better one. This is something you will learn and you'll be taking allowance every month. So you don't need to stress yourself or stress your parents to give you money for transportation and chop money. All you need to do is to register. When you start every month, the government will give you allowance to take care of yourself. So I'm begging every Ghanaian youth to involve, especially the youth in Trobo constituency, Fise, Amanfro, Pokwase, Amamwale, Omanjo, and the rest. Let us take advantage of John Dramani Mahama programs and forget about this Hula Balu of the MPP. They have nothing better to offer Ghana. They will be in the opposition forever. John Dramani Mahama will build this nation and will build it better.
Thank you.
Us all to enjoy.
Thank you so much for your call. Have a great weekend. 0559 242 717. Alternatively, you can reach us on 0556 910 154. Hello, good morning. Ben. How are we doing?
The 55924 is not registration.
Okay,
let your producer
yes,
check
please, can we check it on the back end if the phone line is connected? Yes, Ben, the weekend is here. What say you? What's up?
Anyway, kudos to you and your colleagues and the other guys. May God richly bless you people.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend too as well. I also
Thank
enjoy
you.
mine.
Nice one.
I'll be going to the village to do one of those things.
I see.
Anyway, let me say good morning to Ajiawa of PRA, my boss, Dr. Tony Obin, and also Follow Who Know Rose, Greater Accra Regional Chairman. You see, Helen, I'll continue to say the MPP should give us a vote. We are just wasting our years. What is it at all in this summit thing that they can't forget it? Look at what we are hearing. That what they are taking summit to the OSP.
That's
to
right.
The and to the Helen, are they serious at all? See, President Obama is in for a better business to make sure Ghana is researched and leave a better legacy. Your numbers are insignificant. Instead of you to just keep quiet and allow good government to proceed, wasting our years. See, as the first caller said, let's take advantage of John Mahama work and rally behind the youth and make sure the youth will engulf themselves in something better that will fetch them money. You see, this nano group in Parliament, they are 10 of the past. They are far back. We need to leave them behind and get along. Let me also applaud the energy minister for coming out with the truth. You see, no matter how the situation is, we know these people, they have messed up this. They should find money and make sure what they sustain our energy. Because the way these people have destroyed us, also, it should come out and update us. It started with, but we don't hear any update. Look at the container issues here and the missing containers. These people are still working around. Don't you think that's why they are making noise here and there? Please, energy minister, arrest them. Let them be behind bars so that they will show us the container. Because that container missing container can be used to what? To buy fuel. Okay? Have a good morning.
Have a good morning, Evan. Apologies, I don't know if 242717 line is active. All right, it is active. I'll take 2-3 more calls and make way for sports. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sister Helen.
Pastor Dewale, how are we doing?
Please check your other line. 717.
I think it's working now.
So
I think it's working now.
But when it becomes one line,
it's difficult. I know. Let's hear you, please.
Good morning, because line is already a hot line.
That's right.
Let me quick comment on Church of Pentecost. Last 2 weeks I complained about the broken down vehicle the broken fire tenders within Kaswa Enclave.
That's right.
All the way from Bujumbura as far as Dansuma, Weja. So if there should be any fire outbreak, then it's only Anya that have to come to the rescue of Wutu Senya Isokaso. But just 3 days back, they've commissioned first private built fire station with the tenders, the fire tenders, and handed over to the state of government, which Church of Pentecost built at Yesukru or Gomafete, where they have their camp. And I think they are doing a marvelous job, and that's quite great, because Millennium City is not far from Kaswa and its environment. My sister, yesterday I liked your interview about Red or Tramor or these high drugs. In fact, I followed vividly. You interviewed some 2 Okada guys, etc.
That's right.
The doctor also came in.
That's right.
Today, let me send you straight to rotational nurses. I don't know where we have this term from. Rotational nurses simply means people who are undergoing national service. But you know, 2022, some of the batch up to date have not been absorbed into the system. I'm talking of our nursing trainees, the trained ones. But each year, we open admission. Each year, we are training students. It is not bad. But how come that we cannot absorb this? Remember the SY administration, the former candidate of MPP, the former vice president said, last year, August, they will all be absorbed.
That's right.
Only few. And the teacher training, my sister is even worse. 2022, but I do know what happened. They have absorbed them. Some are on payroll. Some are yet to be paid. Some too cannot find their documents. 2023, when it comes to the teaching sector. So please, I know this government have a lot. That's why they came with the mantra, reset. They have to put things in order so that the teeming youth who were so discouraged, disappointed, will now have hope in the nation. One thing I will commend, when you study the MMDCs, especially in the Ashanti region, let me commend them. In fact, they are now putting development ahead of politics. They are just endorsing. I'm not saying it is a mass endorsement, but they are endorsing the MMDCs. And yesterday I saw one at Quadra, so I was so happy. The MP happened to be an MPP man. He said, they are for development. They are not here to channel NDC MPP. So the supporters. Sometimes let's also look onto our leaders and stop this radio fight, this radio attack. It wouldn't help and lead us anywhere.
Thank you, Pastor Dewele. Have a blessed morning as well. I'll take my last caller and then we'll make way for sports. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, who's speaking, please?
Helen Appiah-Ampofo.
Apomwe.
Apomwe now, sir.
Bibi Aboko.
I fine.
I said this week, and who shut down Fano, but next week they may show so bad.
Oh, yeah, one person on time review. Helen. What's MP before say, Omo calls you, baby, $70 in the field.
Omako OSP, Asan Koshraj, they want the source of the dollars to be investigated.
The honor, the moment the chair and the year calls you, baby, is free. But the obedience, that's already almost and you baby on the back of the baby. What I mean, MP Fashion. When the mom lose you, but then Kofon answered, Omunian Genomu, who the amount will lose you. The win here, I know more yet. Mobile Ghana, the mobile in Ghana for whom until the bien one back, whatever that Ghana. Also, Koyom press conference, I did want to answer, not to assume, and since the Omuyana and Yana Ghana 40, the economy air ban. Our money is $1 and you come from that, but you come from. And the Ghana for any Congo, press conference 100 times, Ghana for few more. You have told me something to about you.
And sadly, that'll have to be my last caller for the morning. Sports is coming your way up next. Helen Appiah-Ampofo is standing by.
Shadow,